Yeah. People love talking about the idea of long-term storytelling. I feel like what you had with Jericho was such a long story that doesn't get talked about.
Yeah.
Like since the first episode of Dynamite. Mm-hmm. And then going through the inner circle, the sex gods, then turning on him. That it was such a long story that had so many different layers to it. And that's not part of the conversation of long-term storytelling. It should be.
No, yeah. And I feel like maybe because it's Jericho and it's me and the internet likes to pick us as the guys to like hate or whatever. And I'll say this about Chris, you know, like I feel like he gets a target on his back just because he's doing it at such a high level for such a long time.
It's 33 years into it.
Yeah. And it's like, it's sometimes easy to look at a guy and be like, he's the reason my favorites are not doing this or whatever. But in reality, it's like, this guy doesn't need to do this anymore. He does it because he likes it or loves it. And, you know, the fact that he's still doing it 33 years, like you're saying, is a testament to him, because the motivation to keep going and doing this, it's hard, you know? I'm 13 years in this now. And sometimes I struggle with motivation every now and then. It's like, oh man, to think of like all the things I got to do to get to where I want to go to. It's like, oh man, it's a lot of work.
Look, you've got motivation in that little girl now.
100%. Now the motivation has changed.
Isn't it crazy how it changes everything?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And so, you know, I respect him a lot just because, you know, he tries to help everyone he can. He's helped me a bunch, you know. And it's funny that whenever I turned on him, I'm wearing gear that resembles his WrestleMania 19 gear versus Shawn Michaels. And he's kind of wearing, in a way, Shawn Michaels-ish, like the color scheme. But we never really talked about it. It wasn't a thing like, hey, you wear this, I wear this. And like, because I didn't even know the turn was going to happen that day. And truthfully, I didn't even want the turn to happen. I never wanted to turn on Chris. I was telling Tony and everybody, I'm like, let's just go our separate ways. Let's just never turn on each other. But it ended up happening, and it went in a really cool way. You know,
that was really cool.
If you're gonna do it, you got to do it right, and I feel like that was a cool way to do it.
That was a nice little Easter egg, and people immediately, you know, saw the tie-in there. How did you guys line that up so perfectly? Like when you see the side-by-side image of your turn and then the WrestleMania 19 turn, they're perfect.
I mean, that's I don't know the words, but that's like Chris, you know, it's him selling down, like all that, like all I had to do is kick him in the dick, you know. My job's easy.
But did you backstage go, all right, if this is going to happen, if this turn's going to happen, let's make it this thing?
It was like, because we were trying to think, like, what should we do? Should I fucking super kick him? Should I do this? And it's like, what's a more dickish move just to kick him in the dick? So it wasn't like even like we're trying to pay homage to that right away. It was like, let's just do that. Because I think it was like, kick him in the dick, then hit him with my move. And then it's like, nah, let's just do this. And then it's like, okay, well, hey, this is actually a callback to this. Let's try to like really, you know.
Yeah.